We are less than 2 weeks away from the start of classes at UNLV. And maybe you're one of the many students who took out loans to pay for college. So what do you do when the bill comes? Here to answer our question is Eric Palacios. Welcome, Eric.
Good to be here.
Great to have you here. So let's talk about student loans. First off, how are student loans repaid?
Generally, it's a 10-year amortization. So once you finish your studies, you start making the payments, and you have 10 years to pay them off.
10 years to pay it off. What if I graduate, I don't have a job, and I can't make the payments? What do I do?
Well, there's a lot of different options, which is nice. You can refinance. Generally, if you do so, it becomes a 25-year amortization. So the payment goes down significantly. You will pay more in interest, however.
Your interest is going to go up. You're paying off longer.
Exactly.
What if you just refuse to pay? Is that, cause I'm sure some students graduate, they don't have a job, and the bill's coming in.
You're going to have to pay them eventually. It's not a debt that you can wash away with a bankruptcy. So for the most part, you have to pay it. There are very limited exceptions. You can, however, defer payment. You can ask for a deferment or a forbearance, which means you don't have to make any payments for the time being, or you can make a smaller payment. The interest still accrues, but you can get permission to do this.
So in essence, you can put off your payments. So how long could you get that
Well,
the forbearance?
Generally, as long as you're still going to school, at least part-time, you don't have to initiate the payment. So I know people that are professional students and just go to...
Just take that one class, and I'm still going
generally two classes.
2 classes?
And you continue to learn, and you can still not make the payments.
Well, that's a great trick to help you along the way. So if I take out a student loan, I can't pay it, get into financial trouble, are my parents responsible?
Not if you took the loan out on your own.
Okay.
If you're a minor and your parents had to co-sign, or if your parents took out the loan for you, then they would be responsible. But if you did it on your own, then your parents would not be responsible to pay this.
I guess this question would also go for just personal loans as well, but also student loans. So I have a big student debt that's due. I get married. I'm having trouble paying off the loan. Is my wife responsible, or is the husband responsible? Is your spouse responsible for that debt?
Generally, any debt incurred prior to the marriage, the spouse is not responsible for. If it's something that was a debt incurred during the marriage, or the spouse co-signed, then that's a different story.
So as long as I got the loan, my wife's signature is not on it, then she's not responsible for the payoff.
She should be okay.
She's right now going, woo-hoo! Is it an option? So you graduate, you have some student loans. Let's say you go work for a law firm like yours or somewhere out there to try to work into your contract with your new job that your company would pay off the loans. Is that feasible?
Sometimes it's part of the contract. If you work in the public sector, say you go to work for the government or a public entity, sometimes after a certain amount of years, you can have part of the debt forgiven or all of the debt forgiven.
Okay.
So that's also an avenue.
Awesome. Well, hopefully, if students get ready to go to UNLV right now, taking on some debt, here's some great ways to pay it off once you graduate.
That's it.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. For more information, give Eric Palacios and Associates a call at 702-444-7777. You can also visit their website at ericpalacioslaw.com.